It's all set here for weeknight edition of Around the MLS show with Sam here on Africa Sports Network. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on all my social media platforms, and also be a part of this show so we can, talk about MLS, soccer, and all other things in between. My name is Sam one more time. Welcome to Around the MLS show with Sam. Weeknight, like I said, is upon us, and we have a lot of, 14 matches in both East and the Western Conference. In week 8, we recorded 45 goals, 2 away wins, 6 draws, and all that in week 8. So how many goals do you think week 9 might fetch us? I don't know, because we have a lot of great matches. LAFC on the road. We have 3 Texas teams in action this weekend. Inter Miami will be at home to Houston Dynamo. Austin FC will be at home to LA Galaxy, while FC Dallas will be on the road against New York City Football Club. For FC Cincinnati, they will be at home against Portland Timbers. In fact, FC Cincinnati, they are gradually becoming my favorite MLS team. They did something that is so marvelous, so touching. They love their Nigerian midfielder, Obinna Nwobodo, so much that they named an eagle after him. Obi the Eagle. You're going to see that when I put it on the screen. For Houston Dynamo, they are about to sign another Nigerian to their team, Aliyu Ibrahim, on that 22 initiative. He was part of Nigeria under 20 set up in 2019. I think he played a couple of games for them, and now he plays for Lokomotiv Club there in Croatia and top flight. He'll be joining the Houston Dynamo, and that will make him 3 Nigerians playing for Dynamo. We have Ifeanyi Chiachara, who is yet to make his debut due to injury. We have Mujib Morana, who plays for the D2, and we have this guy now coming in, Aliyu Ibrahim. Despite that, we have part of them we have other African players. Tene Chadele from Zimbabwe playing for Dynamo. We have Amina Bassi playing for, I think, has 5 goals now in 8 games for Houston. From Morocco, playing for Houston Dynamo, and now these guys join. We have from Senegal, I think something Papa Diop or something like that, playing for D2. So we have a lot of African players here playing for the Houston Dynamo. So we're going to go into what we have for today, all the matches, key matches, to tell you what you need to know about the games as we approach kickoff time. This should be 2:50 p.m. Central Time. Some matches will be on Eastern Time Zone. So just come on, let's go. Alright, now let me start with FC Cincinnati, who will be at home to welcome Portland Timbers. Portland Timbers in week 8 trashed Seattle Sounders 4-1. And Darion Asprela's bicycle kick can never be forgotten, just in a hurry. For FC Cincinnati, we are on the other side of the spectrum. They got trashed 5-1 by St. Louis City. And now, they are back at home, where is their fortress. And they are yet to lose a game at the TQL. But Portland Timbers, that 4-1 trashing of Seattle will be their brightest moment this season. And that might be a catalyst that will help them to kickstart their campaign. When you look at how those goals came about, Darion Asprella, wonderful bicycle kick, will be a huge morale booster for them. But for FC Cincinnati, I'm looking at how they will tune themselves back in, to come back after that 5-1 drubbing at St. Louis. And this is Pat Noonan talking about all we need to know about that game against Portland Timbers.
Not really. I mean, there was, we started poorly and a little bit naive, and then, you're chasing the game, and a team that does a really good job of putting you under pressure. And I think finding the balance of playing direct and wanting to get our front 3 isolated, and then, playing with the ball on the ground. I think our decision making was just a little bit erratic and lacking composure. And then I think the scoreline, while I said it before, might not have been indicative of the overall game. They scored 5 goals, and that was what we wanted to talk about this week of how it got to that point. But we certainly didn't deserve to win the game. Let me be clear about that. So it was good conversations on Tuesday, and we move forward, and hopefully this is a one-off where, I've said it before, our guys respond well to tough moments, and we expect that this week. And it was a unique week with the personnel missing, and and the bodies we had. But I thought the guys' mentality and energy was pretty good throughout the week.
All right, let me tell you that FC Cincy won their only regular meeting against Portland Timbers. They beat them 3-0 at the TQL Stadium. Timbers are winless in their last 6 road games against Eastern Conference opponents. They've drawn 2 and they've lost 4 games. Portland Timbers' last road win against Eastern Conference team was nearly 4 years ago. 1-0 win at New York City Football Club in July 2019. So that record alone, Portland might be out to break that jinx. They are yet to win an Eastern Conference team on the road in the last 4 years. Alright, now let's go to the Lumen Field on Seattle Sounders against FC Minnesota. Seattle want to bounce back from that disappointment at Providence Park against Portland Timbers. And we have Nicolas Ledero, we have Jonah Morris. They have players that can bounce back from that setback. And I see, Seattle Sounders defeating Minnesota in Week 9 at the Lumen Field. The Sounders have won 10 of their last 12 matchups against FC Mina. Yes, they have. And with that record alone, Seattle opened the scoring against Timbers on Saturday last weekend, but they were pegged back and they lost 4-1. Despite losing in their last 2 matches, FC Minnesota have 11 points from 7 games. Houston will be at home against Inter Miami here at the Shell Energy Stadium, and it will be the first time both teams are meeting. And I think Houston, this is a winnable game for Houston Dynamo. When you look at their home form, 3 games, no goal conceded, 9 points, took 1 point off Red Bulls in Week 8, and now they have 10 points from 8 games with a game in hand. Just know that they have 1 game in hand. And what's his name? Amina Bassi, 4 penalties on the bounce for Houston Dynamo. My question is this: for how long will they continue to rely on penalties to get great results? I mean, I'm not trying to discredit Amina Bassi's second goal off the run of play against LA Galaxy. I'm not trying to discredit set pieces goal against LA Galaxy when he opened the scoring from the free kick spot. But I'm talking about in overall performance of Houston here at the Shell Energy Stadium. The team have scored 4 penalties. I'm trying to pull up the number of goals or chances the team have created, and let's see their conversion rate, and that will help you to understand better where I'm coming from with this analysis. Because Houston, yes, we can say, yeah, they're at home, gotten 9 points, no goal conceded, but then those wins came from penalty spot and stuff like that. And you're not coming against Inter Miami. Yeah, Inter Miami are struggling, no doubt about that, yet to find their rhythm and form this season. But then my concern is Houston, not Inter Miami, kind of, because the team have 1 goal in mind to make the playoffs, and that was Ben Olsen's talking point when he was presented to the media when he got signed on. And despite their great home form, this Sebastian Ferrari's issue is still hovering over the team. When you look at a player last season scored 13 plus goals, 3 assists, when the team did not have a natural winger or great midfielders to help him do that. And then now fast forward a couple of months later, and the player has been frozen out, kind of, from the team. That will make the fans to ask a lot of questions. And when answers coming out vague, evasive, it makes fans take to social media to now speculating. But the thing is this: I don't think Ben Olsen fancies Sebastian Ferrari's playing pattern. Sometimes a coach will come, they don't care how much that player was bought, and they don't like him. Sebastian Ferrari came on a big money buy, most definitely. But I don't think Ben Olsen kind of like his playing pattern. I remember in one of the training ground interview we had with Ben Olsen a couple of months ago, and someone asked Ben Olsen, I will look for that interview and pull it up. If he like his how he like his center forward to play, dropping deep to help the midfield to get the ball and initiate the pass, he said no. He want his center forward to be out there. And I think he wants a center forward that be out there to take care of the final ball and the final third. I think, yes, that's cool, but in this day and age of soccer, every player work as a unit. And that's why I'm trying to take you back to, Roberto Firmino. He is Liverpool center forward. But I don't think Jurgen Klopp, assess him with number of goals he scored in a season. You will see Roberto Firmino deep in the defensive part of Houston of Liverpool. You will see Roberto Firmino on the flank. You see him everywhere. You will see him up front. He will do the tappings, do the assists, and do the scoring. But I think he has a different idea on how he wants his center forward to play, and I think that has hampered him to really trust Sebastian Ferrari to be that guy to start for him. When he continues to start a winger ahead of center forward, something is definitely wrong. Alright, so let's go to other matchups here in week 9. New York City Football Club will be at home to welcome FC Dallas. In week 8, New York City Football Club got a 2-1 home win over Nashville, and they got those great goals, while FC Dallas got a 2-1 home win over Real Salt Lake. And for FC Dallas, you can see I'm wearing FC Dallas hat. That's when I went to the stadium and they gave it to me. And you can see FC Dallas. Their star man, I'm talking about Jesus Ferrari. This season, he has been showing up. Last season, he scored 18 goals. So this season, he has continued from where he left off last season. He got a goal for the US men's national team against Mexico in Glendale, Arizona. And in week 7, he scored his 40th MLS goal. In week 8, he scored his 41st MLS goal. And he scored for the their national team. And now against New York City Football Club. So you can see the consistency of scoring for Jesus Ferrari. So tonight at the City Park against NYCFC, will FC Dallas count on him to bring in the goals? Another great game for a Texas team. Orlando City Football Club will be at home to welcome DC. DC got a 1-0 away win at CF de Montreal in week 8. What a great Eastern Conference clash that would be at the Explorer Park Stadium there in Orlando. Philadelphia Union will be at home to welcome Toronto Football Club. Already is saying that he has made some cameo appearances for Toronto, and maybe against Philly Union, he might make full appearance, I don't know, but he's still coming back from injury. I'm talking about the guy who is the highest paid MLS player. For Philly Union, they are in the semis of the Champions League, and that game against Atlas in Guadalajara will be a morale booster for Philadelphia Union as they welcome Toronto Football Club at the Subaru Park. Nashville will be at home at Nissan Stadium to welcome high-flying LAFC. LAFC got a 3-2 away win in the El Tráfico against LA Galaxy. Dennis Boanega, even though he was on the score sheet, but with Carlos Vela scoring and Ryan Holinshade, a defender, also getting on the score sheet, that shows that LAFC does not rely on one player to bring in the goals. And against Nashville, who we are beating 2-1 in week 8, Hani Mukhtar hasn't really found his form of Hani Mukhtar that won the MVP last season, but he is getting there. He got a goal against New York City Football Club in week 8. So with Hani Mukhtar in great shape, Nashville can spring surprises. And don't forget that Fafa Picault is also doing good for Nashville. So if Nashville can find their form, they can get 3 points against LAFC. But this LAFC team, it is difficult. Colorado Rapids will be at home at the Big Sporting Goods Stadium to welcome St. Louis City, who are top of the Western Conference. St. Louis pumped 5 goals against a conservative defensive line. I'm talking about FC Cincinnati in week 8. So now they're on the road against Colorado Rapids. There are two road. I think the last time St. Louis went on the road against Seattle at the Lumen Field, they got pumped 3-0. So let's see how they can hold up their own against Colorado Rapids. The first time these two teams are meeting. Real Salt Lake will be at home to welcome San Jose Earthquake, who won 3-0 against Sporting Kansas in Week 8. You know, Real Salt Lake lost their Week 8 game at FC Dallas. Now they are back at home. You know, they have to bounce back to reassure their home fans. But for San Jose, Lucio Gonzalez, I'm talking about their coach, who was formerly with FC Dallas, is gradually finding his form. Jeremy Ebobisse, Christian Espinoza, that is the guy that Real Salt Lake should watch out for, because he has been scoring back-to-back goals for San Jose. San Jose got a 3-0 home win against Sporting Kansas in Week 8. LA Galaxy. You see the way I call them 3 times? They will be at home in Carson, California to welcome Austin Football Club. These two teams are struggling. They are strugglers in the Western Conference. LA Galaxy conceded 6 goals in 2 games, 3 in Houston, 3 against their rivals LAFC. While Austin got a goalless draw against Vancouver at the Q2 Stadium. Not too good on the road. Sebastian Drusi yet to find the form that we saw him last season when he scored 22 goals and also was runner-up in the MVP race. So now the question is this: can we say that Austin FC are victims of their own success, or did they overachieved last year? Because their fans are not happy. I was in one of their space on Twitter, and the fans were expressing, you know, what they think the problem was, you know. But the fact is this: Austin Football Club not doing good this season, still wobbly, shakily, trying to find their rhythm on the road against LA Galaxy. Seattle Sounders will be at home at the Lumen Field to welcome FC Minnesota. What again would be Seattle trying to bounce back from their 4-1 defeat at the Providence Park. So let's see how that game will pan out. And on Sunday, Atlanta will be at home to welcome Chicago Fire. This game between Sporting Kansas and New England Revolution. Let's go to Gillette Stadium. I think New England are top of the East. Sporting Kansas yet to win a game this season. In fact, when I look at Sporting Kansas, you know, I just have these sympathetic feelings for them, because one of their star players, I'm talking about William Agada, is out for a long time due to injury. He's going to be on the sideline for a minute, and that kind of will blunt their attack. Now you have Daniel Shalhoub, who hasn't been consistent this season, and then that will make you ask yourself this question: what is happening at Sporting Kansas? Is it a goal scoring problem, or is it a defensive problem? When you look at Sporting Kansas, they are a great passer of the ball, but then their defense line cannot even keep them in the game. Get to win a game this season, 3 points from 8 games, only 3 draws, get to win a game. And they've won 0% of their games. 8 games played, lost 5, won 0, draw 3, and they are 14th. Then when you come to their attack, Sporting Kansas have 41 shots on target and they convert only 2. So now they are that MLS team with the least number of goals after 8 games. That will now ask yourself what is happening. 2.7% conversion rate. 2.7% conversion rate. And when you come to their ball distribution, that's what I'm asking myself: is this a scoring problem or a defensive problem? Because on the defensive point of view, 11 goals conceded and only 1 penalty, only 3 clean sheets in 8 games. So the defensive department also have a piece of this blame to share. It's like a pizza. So when you start, giving out a piece of the pizza to all department, midfield, attack, defense, and all that, I think the defensive department will get more chunk of it. Even the attack will also get chunk, because you got to score, you got to defend. Those are 2 fundamental things that happen in soccer. Sporting Kansas are on the road against New England Revolution. I'm so happy when I saw what FC Cincinnati did to show love to the Nigerian player. There's so much love that guy. When I went to TQL during the opening weekend, I spoke to Carl Linde III, the owner of the team. The way he expressed his appreciation for Obi Nwobodo contributions to the team success, you want to play for him. And now they name an ego, Obi the Ego, just to show how much they love their Nigerian player. My name is Sam, and thanks for watching Around the MLS with Sam here on Africa Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on all my social media platforms, and also, thanks for watching. Have a lovely weekend.